So far from Agatha All Along, the characters getting the most attention outside of Agatha are Teen and Rio Vidal. The character of Teen, played by Joe Lockey, is of course set up to be Wiccan, reborn as Billy Chaplin. They're attempting to kind of make it a mystery, although I think everyone knows it's Billy Chaplin, especially because they revealed it in a trailer. A storyline that I am very excited to see. While Rio, played by Audrey Plaza, is a little more unclear as to who she's meant to be. Not to say the character can't be from the comics, but the name Rio Vidal is original to the show. But that doesn't mean the character doesn't have any comic roots. The character uses the alias the Green Witch. The name refers to her witch type. Being a Green Witch means you have a powerful connection to the earth, although it does seem like some witches can be more than one. I say this because Jennifer Cale should qualify as a Blood Witch, since her powers is from lineage, but she takes the role of a Potion Witch in the Coven. I mean, also technically Agatha should be a Blood Witch too. If you want to know more about Jennifer Cale, I have a video on her. If you don't, then don't watch it. Anyways, back to Rio. What do we know about her? It is implied that she had a romantic bond with Agatha at one point, but now they're enemies. Although Rio does show that she still sort of cares by helping to free Agatha from Wanda's control. She has agreed not to go after Agatha until it's a fair fight, finding it only to be right. We also know from the trailers that she'll join Agatha's coven on the road. This because they need a Green Witch, and the current Green Witch is Mrs. Davis, who is just having the best time ever. Now, there's two characters I think Rio could be, or at least be inspired by. The first of which is the Emerald Warlock, a character who was created for the original Witch's Road storyline from the 2015 Scarlet Witch comic. Which, technically, he wasn't actually a part of that story plot, he was a part of a previous one in the series that led to that story plot. The name Emerald Warlock was intended to be a play reverse on the name Scarlet Witch, while Rio's title is the Green Witch, possibly being a gender bent of the Emerald Warlock, who originated from the comic this show is based on. The Emerald Warlock is an ancient warlock named Dion, who has a past with other magical people including Agatha Harkness. Dion's mother would be a witch who, when they moved to Island 600 BC, would be hunted down by many of the villager folks. Dion would unleash his power to defend his family from the human cruelty. He would grow into a hatred myth of magic, slowly evolving from something that defended his mother to something far more evil, even going as far as killing his only friend, the Ghost Dancer. Yes, that is his name, the Ghost Dancer. He would set sights on Wanda, being the main villain of the first arc from issues 1 to 4, attempting to summon a demonic force in Manhattan to spite her. Wanda would however stop the demon using her powers to exorcise it. The Emerald Warlock would continue to create chaos across the world, but at every turn the Scarlet Witch came to stop him, taking him a while to finally admit defeat. But saying that this isn't the end of their battle, along with the Emerald Warlock exclaiming himself to be her greatest foe, her arch enemy. Yeah, that didn't stick. He showed up one more time for a single issue to fight her just for fun, this being issue 15. He also did show up in an Avenger book where the whole Ghost Dancer stuff went down, but that doesn't really matter to Scarlet Witch, nor really anything to do with anything here. It did seem like the comic was attempting to make him a bigger character, a foe for Wanda, kind of like a Red Skull is for Captain America or Green Goblin is for Spider-Man, but clearly it didn't work since it's been 8 years since we last saw him. But who knows, Scarlet Witch is getting a new comic, so maybe he'll show up in that. Now, some elements of the Emerald Warlock do seem to be part of Rio. The history with Agatha that, while not important to Dion, is to Rio. Rio being a very powerful force who seems to be implied to have one point been a different person than she is now, similar to Dion, and just overall having a pleasure of fighting, finding it as a fulfilling thrill, even though it doesn't end in killing. They also seem to have the same type of magic, which I suppose isn't exactly unique to them because I'm sure there's a lot of people with green magic in the comics. There is, but I'm not going to list all of them. The second character I think Rio has parts of is Lavuya, who, while isn't a big character, was a part of the Midnight Sun series from 2022 in a flashback, showing a youthful Agatha Harkness being betrayed by her witch friend. Despite being 1428, and now being 2022, Agatha is still very hurt from this betrayal. This plot seems to be somewhat an inspiration for Rio and Agatha. The biggest difference is that the betrayal in Agatha All Along seems to be more mutual, along with the obvious romantic past, opposed to just being friends. Rio's design also should be noted to be similar to a few other witch characters from Marvel, although character-wise I'm unsure if there's any connection. I think Rio so far is a really cool character since Audrey Plaza is great at showing scenery. While I also do think the character has some comic connections, I think she's original enough that I hope that she'll bleed back into the comics. If Darcy Lewis can, so can she. And that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!